All right, everybody, welcome back to the Titans table for two in that two-tone blue, baby. That's Andrew.
That's Christian.
And we got a lot to talk about, baby. Stone Cold Saleh is the new head coach of the Tennessee Titans, baby. I'm pumped. And I know a lot of Titans fans are taking a big sigh of relief and a big, deep breath. We're going to get into it all when we come back.
CJ 2K.
What an effort by Chris Johnson.
1,000-yard season.
Do the Titans have a miracle left in them? Going to be fielded by Lorenzo Neal at the 25. Yeah, pitches it back to Wycheck. End zone! Touchdown Titans! There are no flags on the field! It's a miracle!
All right. Man, that's freaking ancient.
Gets me pumped up.
Ancient history now, man. Oh, my gosh, dude.
I can't
I
watch
never
the
get tired of
highlights.
watching that Music City Miracle, though, man. Good grief. But it's crazy how like old that looks now. It's like crazy, man. It makes you feel really old.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, guys, we appreciate you being back in. Titans fans, tighten up that like button, comment down below, subscribe if you're not, hit that bell with the notifications to let you know when we're going live every week. Check in with CPN, Curtis Podcast Network. It's the umbrella that we're under with all these other teams, man. We got a Third and Teal. Go check those boys out. Tough loss for them in the playoffs, man. They had a great season, but happy to see it. I hate to tell you guys that. And that goes as well with the Texans at That Real Texans podcast. Both of them down, baby. I'm sorry to tell y'all that that I take pleasure in your displeasure, but I do. I can't have y'all winning nothing, man. And Unstable Podcast, man. Go check them guys out, man. And this AFC South shows where all the guys kind of get together and talk everything AFC South, man. So check all that out as well, man. We'd appreciate it. Spread the love. But yeah, a lot to get into here. The Titans head coaching search has finally come to an end. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, a lot of ups and downs. News came out as well yesterday that Sean McDermott had been fired. I don't know if a lot of people saw that one coming. Didn't really change things for us though much. But yeah, the Harbaugh domino essentially has led to everything else that's come after that. And yeah. So like I guess the next thing is the OC. We'll get into that a little bit, but yeah, everything as far as the news yesterday with Robert Saleh and your thoughts, man. I think we're pretty happy over here.
Yeah, I mean, I was high on Saleh from the get-go. I think I pretty much was at the top of my list the whole time. I think a lot of it was like, hey, who's he going to bring in for OC? Like I said, we'll get into that. But he was at the top of my list. I really feel like he's a good set of culture. He builds defenses, and that shows from his time with New York, where he built the number one defense in the league. He's had no offense, and sucks when 2 years, Zach Wilson and Mike White, and then you bring in Aaron Rodgers, tears his ACL within a handful of plays, and then you're stuck with Zach Wilson again, and then I think they got Flacco too, and then you get a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers coming off an Achilles injury. You don't have a lot of chances there. And now Nathaniel Hackett was his OC at that point too, and I'm not big on Hackett. I think he got dealt a bad hand, the Jets, and this Cam Ward will really be his best quarterback he's ever had already. I mean, it's not saying much with what he had to work with there, but I think he's going to set a culture. I think Jeff is ecstatic, so I think that's what the Titans need: somebody to set a winning culture. And he has so much energy. You see him on the sidelines. Players love him. I'm really happy.
And I think that's probably a couple of things that made him desire this as a landing spot. Even though he's a defensive guy, Cam Ward's probably a big piece or big reason as to why he would find this a desirable location. A lot of cap space, all the reasons that we've talked about already. But we also have this. Maybe isn't as big a thing talked about as well, but our defensive front was one of our strengths last year. And this is a defensive guy, I think. And I actually was watching, busting with the boys. Man, had Jeffrey Simmons on this today, and I've listened to parts of it. I haven't listened to the whole thing. But they asked about the coaching search, so this was recorded before the news, obviously. And Jeff was honest about how he would love a defensive head coach, and he mentioned Robert Saleh was one. I think that was the first name he mentioned, actually. I think I don't know if he knew the name or not, because he said, the guy with the 49ers. Is how he said it.
So I have an article I'm going to read here in a minute, and he definitely knew who he was talking about. Because I'm going to read this article.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He just said it was funny how he said it. I know he knows what he's talking about.
Oh no,
yeah, he said
goes into how much research the Titans are really doing in this article on Saleh. But yeah, just like getting back to the defense, he literally had the number one defense, and since he's been fired, they've had the 32 ranked defense. That's how big of a difference he was with that team. And I'm really excited to see Liam Cohen versus Robert Saleh twice a year.
Absolutely, man. Oh my gosh,
what a
beef. Yeah, man. That's going to be the Jags games are going to be turn up the heat just a little bit more this year. But yeah, I couldn't be more tickled as well. I think Titans fans were going to riot if they got the news. I think we were all sitting there waiting to hear the news about Matt Nagy. In the nod as the Titans head coach yesterday, and I couldn't be more tickled that it ended up being one of our. I mean, I think we both probably would have loved Harbaugh. That's the number one. That was the big fish this year. But I think after that, both of us had Robert Saleh, I'm pretty sure, as our number 2 or number 3 guy after Harbaugh.
He's been at the top of my list. I got my notes are not organized at all, but
Stefanski, I think, was the only other guy above Robert Saleh. And
I had Saleh, McDaniel, and you had Stefanski, Saleh, yeah.
And that was especially contingent on. We'll go ahead and get into it. Or do you want to go and do your article, or do you want to talk about Mike McDaniel a little bit? Because that was the big thing that we talked about with Saleh. If he came with Mike McDaniel, it's even better, man. You get that 1-2 punch.
Yeah, let me do that. I already got it pulled up down here, so zoom in.
Sorry to see. Yeah, zooming in formula. There we go. Perfect.
Better. Okay, this is Albert Breer. Very plugged in. Okay, Robert Saleh's interview with the Titans on Monday night was wasn't a coronation. The way Miami's interview with Jeff Hafley earlier in the day appeared to be, or Kevin Stefanski's interview in Atlanta on Saturday was set up to be. The 49ers defensive coordinator had to go in and win the job. Unlike Hafley in Miami and Stefanski in Atlanta, Tennessee hadn't yet had a chance to sit down with Saleh because of the Niners' runs and the NFL rules. Monday was his first interview with the team. The Titans had looked at a wide swath of candidates in the weeks before and had only Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy in the building. And from there, win the job Saleh did. The Titans got a good feeling for him through the months of research that followed Brian Callahan's firing. They went down the conventional path of talking to those closest to him in the coaching industry. Packers coach Matt LaFleur, one of Saleh's best friends, and his boss for a couple of months at the end of 2023 season. I think it's 2024 season, but 2023 season was particularly helpful. They also showed some creativity dispatching veteran players like Jeffrey Simmons, who asked other players about specific candidates. 49ers and Jets players spoke highly of Saleh. Then there was an interview. Saleh first spent 3 hours with Titans football leadership, a group made up of GM Mike Borgonzi, President of Football Operations Chad Brinker, and top lieutenants Dave Ziegler, Dan Saganay, and Reggie McKenzie. They went through Saleh's detailed plan for Cam Ward, in which Saleh demonstrated a real command of what Ward would need, including staffing on the offensive side with experienced candidates and a second phase plan should a coordinator leave. Just as important was his approach to setting up the entire organization and his level of detail in areas such as sports science. He explained how he'd take care of the players while pushing them hard enough to create a callus. And through it all, he showed the sort of presence and leadership that the football people knew owner Amy Adams Strunk was looking for, the type that Mike Vrabel brought into the building from 2018 to 23. The ownership group, led by Strunk, sat in for the quarterback planning piece of the 3-hour session, then brought Saleh to the cafeteria for dinner and a second part of the interview. That lasted for another hour and a half, where Strunk got to see Saleh's energy and presence for herself. After that, Borgonzi and Brinker met privately with Strunk, where Borgonzi made his recommendation that Saleh was the guy, feeling that there was no reason to wait, and the team's exhaustive research matched what they witnessed the previous 5 hours. Saleh was offered the job, he accepted, and the group then called Simmons and Ward over FaceTime to deliver the news. Now the work starts. As Brinker and Saleh's agent, Doug Hendrickson, went to work on the contract around midnight, and Saleh and Borgonzi got started on the staff. That was like.
Well, so yeah, pause real quick. Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to read the rest of it, I was gonna say so. Looks like it was very much a bit of a team effort, even down to Jeffrey Simmons, man.
Yeah, I'm saying like they were sending Jeff out to talk to people about him.
And Bustin' with the Boys was probably recorded. I don't know when they record. I imagine maybe it's on like a.
It's Monday.
They're not doing it Monday. Is it recorded Monday? Okay, because well then. Do they do it a week ahead? Because
no, they recorded yesterday, but it was recorded before he got hired.
What's Tuesday today? Gosh, I've been doing that this week.
MLK Day got crazy. So they recorded yesterday before the hire.
Yeah. That's I'm thrown off because of the holiday this week.
You could definitely tell was like trying to like say who he liked without saying the name. He's like, I got to stay out of it, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, Titans fans, man, go check that episode out, dude. From what I've listened to so far, it's awesome, man. Taylor Lewan and Jeffrey Simmons have a funny conversation about some beef they had back, which I never knew, man. I mean, I guess I wasn't like plugged in deep with the team news and stuff at that time and stuff, because I don't recall that. But yeah, that was awesome to see. So that was funny. So yeah, Titans fans, definitely check out the latest Bustin' with the Boys. And just shout out to those guys, man. I'm so glad to see guys like Will Compton and Taylor Lewan kind of finding their niche in that podcast world and sports media, man. Like, it's cool to see, dude. Like, it's really awesome to have a show that's like heavy Titans, out there,
It's very really popular too. Yeah.
It's very popular. Yeah, it's mainstream, man. Like, they're, freaking president of the United States, I think, was on there, for crying out loud. So, but yeah, shout out to them just real quick. I just had to say, but yeah, let's get into Mike McDaniel real quick, man. He's the big fish now. Now that we've kind of got the head coaching vacancy filled, I wasn't big on him as a head coach necessarily, man. I guess it could have worked out. I think Saleh's the better head guy. I was trying to flip the roles there and think, maybe how would you feel if like McDaniel was head coach and maybe Saleh comes in as the D coordinator? I mean, how different is it? I guess.
I think McDaniel's going to be a head coach again. He'll definitely get another chance,
especially if he has a good couple of years here with Cam Ward. And Cam Ward and Titans which they have really potential to do. Man, we talked all season about how young and upcoming this offense is. And if they hit really well this year again on the draft, man, we're really cooking. But, yeah, man, couldn't be more tickled, man. And if I think Titans fans will be over the moon if we get that hire there.
Oh, yeah. He's
McDaniel as an OC.
He's the treasure at the end of the rainbow. That's what everybody's hoping for. And I mean, I think I spoke on that a couple weeks ago when they were starting the search. I said I would love Saleh. If he could bring McDaniel with him, it would be perfect. As soon as McDaniel got fired, even before he got fired,
and just before we got on, we saw the news. We were sharing and texting that he's pulled out of the Cleveland Browns head coaching search, which I don't know if that means anything for us directly, but it is what it's something.
He's been doing a lot of interviews for head coach and offensive. I know he's with the Chargers right now, interviewing for their offensive coordinator job. I know he interviewed with Detroit, but they hired somebody else. They thought he wasn't a good fit. They're crazy. Perfect fit here. Come on, come with your buddy. But there is some other names out there for sure.
Absolutely, that's what I was going to say. If you wanted to get into those,
right below him, if I had to go number 2, there's kind of a tie, but I like Brian Daboll. What he did with Josh Allen.
He was the big name brought up. He's kind of the second name brought up after Mike McDaniel a lot.
Yeah, I like Daboll. I know he's interviewing for a couple of offensive coordinator jobs. I think he's interviewing for the Bills head coaching job. Him and Josh Allen obviously have a relationship, but he doesn't get a head coaching job. He would be great to have here. Another name I really like. I think he kind of got cast as like the scapegoat for C.J. Stroud, but Bobby Slowick. He worked with the 49ers.
Yeah, he's another name that I've heard of multiple times today in Titans media and stuff.
I like Slowick a lot. I liked him because we interviewed him for the head coaching job.
I was going to say he was a big candidate for head coach last year.
Yeah, the year before last, because he
Or
got,
year
like
before
I said,
last, yeah.
after CJ's rookie season. I know we hired him, or we interviewed him for our head coaching job before we got Callahan. But I think, if anything, the last 2 years have told you, it wasn't Slowick. It was CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud just not good, you know. And I think a lot to it takes Slowick. Yeah, I know Brandon's a Texas fan. It's CJ, buddy. It wasn't Slowick. It was CJ. If that hasn't come to fruition, I always thought that too. I said Slowick's getting the shaft just because of how bad CJ has been playing. And I think he'll be better than he was with the Texans too, because you always learn more from your mistakes and stuff like that. The offensive coordinator for the Packers is Adam Stinovich. I'm high on him too. I mean, he doesn't call plays, so that's always a little weary of somebody who hasn't called plays before. But working with Matt LaFleur in that offense and from the Sean McVay tree interests me. And then there's like other than like Mike LaFleur. I'm not really high on him just because he was the head offensive coordinator for him whenever he was with the Jets the first 2 years when he didn't do very well. So, but I mean, once again, maybe somebody who's learned from their mistakes. But those are just a few names. But I mean,
So let's say all right, so how many head coaching jobs do we have left? Like 6,
6.
7?
Yeah, you got the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Browns, the Bills, the Steelers, the Ravens.
All right, so and you have a guy like McDermott out there is definitely going to land one of these because I think I've already seen that he's ready to hop back into coaching immediately.
Yeah.
Like he's not
He
planning
said
on
that.
taking a year off or anything. What about like so? Say the Rams win this weekend, which is what I'm pulling for. I'm a Stafford guy, so go Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'd like to see Sam Darnold kind of shove it up everybody's rear end. To be honest with you. But say the Seattle Seahawks lose, what about a guy like Kubiak, man? If say this offensive coordinator search takes a little bit longer, we don't land McDaniel, he ends up becoming the Raiders head coach or something somewhere. Is that a guy that's possible down the road, do you think, or do you think he's a shoe in as a head coach somewhere?
Yeah, he's either going to be a head coach or he'll stay with the Seahawks. I could see the Raiders hiring him, honestly. Young offensive
Some of
mind.
these,
Now,
because you got, let's see, you got a lot of guys interviewing, right? You got a guy, Brian Flores is interviewing with, who is he interviewing with today? May have been the Falcons, or not the Falcons, excuse me,
the Ravens.
The Ravens. That's what I was trying to say.
I
I
know
think
he
that's
interviewed
actually
with the
who it was.
Steelers too. So,
But yeah, I'm trying to weigh how many candidates you kind of have and how many teams have a vacancy left. You got McDermott for sure will fill the spot. I like a guy like Flores, man. I would have been honestly, I wouldn't have been pissed if he was. Excuse my language, but if he had come down here, he's one of the guys I like. But sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here. I'm bouncing around, but yeah.
no, you're good. I think there's a Kubiak that could be available. Is Clay Kubiak, the younger brother of Clint. He is the offensive coordinator for the 49ers right now, but he doesn't call plays. So it makes me think, hey, is that a possibility? I've heard that they're not going to let him go for a position that's even because they can deny that. What's up, Devil Dog? But I mean, you would think if anything, maybe he would like let him go if he's like, if Kubiak's like, hey, I really want to go call plays. I need to make a name for myself. If I'm under you, no one's ever going to believe I'm the guy if I don't call
Right.
plays. So, another guy who's actually had some head coaching interviews, and he's not the OC, so it would be an upgrade, and I don't think they could deny it. Is Nathan Sheilhouse? Hey, I think I brought his name up before. But he's the passing game coordinator for the Rams, and he's looked at as like the next guy up. So he could be looking to actually get an OC job.
Well, another guy that's kind of was in talks for head coaching jobs, but his name's kind of fallen down the list is Joe Brady, man.
Joe Brady, because you don't know what's going to happen in Buffalo. I mean, technically he's under contract, but
yes.
you know,
Excuse me. Good grief. Apologize for that. But yeah, he was a top candidate there for a while. It was being talked about. And now everything in Buffalo is kind of.
you don't know. They bring Dayball back, I could definitely see Joe Brady stay there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of names out there. I mean, we're still waiting on the formal announcement from the Titans that he's hired. I mean, I'm not sure if they're waiting on like get some sort of like video ready for him or something like that, or maybe they're just not inked to paper just yet. But all indications are, he's here. The team is waiting on something to announce it, and I can see them going big and maybe doing some sort of video or quick interview with him, like 3-question interview to put out. Who knows? And maybe they're
I like it, man. He's got that Mike Vrabel kind of energy as a quote unquote players coach. He feels like that, man. He's hyped up on the sideline for his guys, man. He's freaking high fiving guys and chest bumping. Like I like that in a coach, man. I like it. We need something like that desperately, man. We need some energy here, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was the same feeling when Vrabel came here. I had the same kind of feeling, and I think he's gonna be really something special for those guys on defense, man, especially those guys up front, man.
We actually cannot count out Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator either.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm not sure if I like that as an idea, though, to be honest with you. I don't know if I like him in the same building as the guy that kind of got hired over him for head coach. Now, I don't know how those meetings are going in there and stuff, but I don't want to feel like there's some sort of possibility for animosity created in there, and then like he being Saleh can just lose his job because you got the guy who's the offensive coordinator who's buddies with.
Yeah, I'm not big on it either, but I'm just saying don't count it out. He has been successful.
Sure, and I'm glad you brought it up. I meant to bring that up as a.
There's a lot of names that are like some under the radar names too, like Davis Webb, who's the passing game coordinator for the Broncos and the quarterback's coach. Arthur Smith technically could be a name that comes in. Mike Kafka, the interim head coach that was for the Giants, he was the OC before Dayball got fired. So there's names out there for sure. But I mean, McDaniel, Dayball, Shieldhouse, Heiss, and Clay Kubiak is the one that I'm actually would be high on. That's not called plays before, but that's kind of where my list sits right now. McDaniel, he's the belle of the ball, of course.
Yeah, he's the big fish now that Harbaugh's kind of fallen and we filled our spot. I think we have a chance, though, man. I mean, there's a lot of signs pointing that way, but you never know, man. Somebody could be very interested in him as a head coach.
I agree.
And that could be why he's pulling out of Cleveland, man. So, got a lot of coaching spots to fill still. So, we shall see. Did you want to react? We had a couple of videos to react to.
Yeah, I got the Mike Florio one pulled up right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that Mike Florio and one of the McCourty twins. I'm gonna assume Devin because he has a Patriots hoodie on, but Jason did play there too. So who knows? But let's see what they gotta say about our boy.
Late last night at a time when some thought Chiefs offensive coordinator Matt Nagy was going to get.
Wait, hold on.
You got the connection between.
Real quick, wait, which McCourty is this? I can't tell them apart, man.
I'm gonna assume since there's multiple Super Bowl trophies and he's wearing a Patriots, I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing that now. Okay.
Jason did win one with them too whenever he went there, but since I think he only won one, I think that's Devin, but I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, the reason I'm confused though, they're talking Titans. That's why.
Yeah.
That's what made me, I didn't
maybe he'll say his name at some point. We'll know for sure.
I didn't see the little crappy ass. Excuse me. I didn't see the cruddy Patriots jersey or hoodie.
Nagy and Mike Borgonzi, the new GM there, the guy who's got control in that ongoing Game of Thrones saga that they need to iron out pretty quickly. They do have a new coach, Robert Saleh, who was with the Jets, the original Tennessee Titans, the New York Titans of the AFL, who became the Jets. Robert Saleh was there from 21 through week 5 of the 24 season. He now lands with the Tennessee Titans, 20-36 with the Jets. And this is the dynamic I was talking about earlier. When you fail first time around, whatever the reason, plenty of reasons, never should have taken that job. I think Robert Saleh would admit, I made a mistake. I thought Christopher Johnson was going to be in charge. Woody came back from his gig as ambassador to the UK, and it all changed and never really had a quarterback. I had Aaron Rodgers for 4 snaps in 2023, had 5 games with Aaron Rodgers in 2024, and that was it. You better get it right the second time. And I love the Titans job because of the presence of Cam Ward. Great player, great leader, very intense. Will be exactly what a coach wants to try to keep teammates accountable. You got Jeffrey Simmons anchoring the defense. You got a new stadium coming. You got $100 million in cap space. If you're Robert Saleh, you want to be careful for your second go around. I think he laid.
And what do we do with some of that cap space, man? Just real quick, since he brought it up, who's some of the guys you'd like to see the Titans pursue this year?
Without looking it up off the top of my head, I know Jawan Jennings is a free agent. Hey, there's a connection with Robert Saleh right there. I like Jawan Jennings
for sure.
I like Alec Pierce. There's Debo is also a free agent. There's a connection there. I'm not really high on. I think Debo's kind of over the hill, but there is a connection there. I mean, he probably plays some decent football still.
I like George Pickens. It's just depending on the price, man. And I feel like the price is going to be out of the range that I would be willing to want to pay for
the price, and you better get him under control because he's kind of a hothead.
Yeah, he's dude. He did incredible this year, though, man. He was
great player. I mean, I think he's the only true number one that could come out. Hey, shout out Kenneth for being a new subscriber. Hell yeah,
we appreciate that.
Happy Tuesday, brother.
And then what about some of the defensive ends you got on the edge there, man? You got Hendrickson out there. Phillips out there.
I like Calebon Chason, however you say his name, Chason from the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember some of these free agents. I know there's a couple corners. I like Jamel Dean. I like Alontae Taylor. There's some, because that's really what I've been looking at is the corners, the receiver.
You have
the edge position.
The fella out of Los Angeles.
Let's see.
Adafe.
Yeah. There's a San just for the connection, Yetur Gross Matos from the 49ers.
Yeah, I've got Tariq Woolen from the Seahawks, Alontae Taylor from the Saints.
Draymond Jones is a free agent. I mean, we traded him to Baltimore, but I wouldn't mind bringing him back. So
Devin Lloyd, Jalen Watson out there at cornerback. I'm not interested in Mike Evans. It's kind of, I don't want another older receiver.
We're done with that. Yeah, there's some names out there for sure. Amick Roberts.
But yeah, we go ahead and continue. He brought up all of our money, man. That is one of the things that is exciting, I guess, even though we kind of wasted some.
It's okay. We got plenty of it now.
We got plenty of it.
In a good spot, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and you think about everything he dealt with when he went to the Jets, right? You
appreciate
you don't have a quarterback. You get Zach Wilson. That doesn't work out. But then, yes, you get Aaron Rodgers. But if we remember, Aaron Rodgers comes with Hackett, and this, it was so much that went into. The guy never really got to coach ball and get to do it. So I'm interested in who the offensive coordinator is. Again, as these jobs begin to get filled, do we see a Robert Saleh and Mike McDaniel kind of pairing in Tennessee? That, hey, a guy that showed he can work with Tua and work some magic, and now you get the kind of Shanahan type. So I think for Saleh, and I think for the Titans, when he comes in well informed of what doesn't work somewhere and how to do things maybe differently than it was when he was with the Jets. So I do think he'll have a wealth of knowledge. And overall, when he first got to the Jets and we were going to play them, the sense of urgency that Bill created with and I know it's funny now when people hear it, but the all gas, no brakes, and the way this team was playing was different. And it was very similar to when Todd Bowles got there and the respect that Bill showed for Bowles being there. And I remember Bill saying, hey, Bowles is a good coach. They just have too many a-holes on the Jets that they got to get rid of. And so came in, it felt like They had
That sounds like Bill Belichick.
to move in that direction. And they were doing it. But again, when you don't have the quarterback and you have some other dysfunctional things going on. So I'm happy for him. And I agree with what you said. When you look at Simmons and Cam Ward
Hey,
being
pause
in
it.
the AFC South, like as good as
Just gotta share with you Titans fans. Well, I'm in a group chat with my fantasy, and one of the Cowboys fans said at least you didn't get Jason Garrett like the rumors suggested.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, this guy better off signing Callahan in this horrible division. Nothing's worth.
McCourty's hitting on everything we kind of talked about. You know, everything.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I think the Jets are just a dysfunctional mess. They're up there with the Browns with the worst organization.
Yeah, we're one to talk.
We're not them. We're not the Jets or the Browns.
No, we're not. No, or the Browns. No, we're a little better than some of these teams. But I mean, yeah, no, actually, I mean, people forget we were in the AFC Championship not too long ago, man. Yeah, it's been a while now, like 6 years now or something. But you know, Tannehill and Derrick Henry seem so long ago now, but you know, it wasn't that long ago that we were in the AFC Championship, man. The Vrabel days were all right.
Trust the process.
Yeah, man, he's touching on pretty much everything that we kind of did too. You know, this is why we thought he kind of deserved a second chance, because his first chance with the Jets was kind of
not anymore,
muddied with all the BS.
No. Did you not see our draft?
I don't think there's teams worse than us for sure in the draft, man.
Did you not see our draft from last year?
Yeah, our draft last year was amazing. We got 4 rookies that are.
How are y'all better? You haven't won any championship because we're just talking about dysfunctional. And have we been dysfunctional recently?
As a whole.
But
championships are the only measurement of an organization.
Tons of dysfunction. Yeah, I mean, we had definitely had some first round picks that we'd like to have back, but that was 3 GMs ago. You know, we're not on John Robinson.
I mean, the John Robinson stuff was bad. I mean, I can't deny that.
Really
last
the reasons we're in this hole was because of John Robinson.
Yeah, between 2020 and now, man, those drafts, and especially the John and Rand cooked a little bit, man, but he missed a lot too.
He tried to, instead of being like the patience over panic thing, he tried to do a quick fix and spend a bunch of money, and it didn't work. We thought it was going to be really cool then, but it just didn't work. But John Robinson
I don't think anybody that John Robinson drafted 2020 on.
Simmons might be the only one still on the team.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else is in the league.
Farley is on the practice squad for the Panthers, and Traylon Burks with the Commanders. He actually caught a touchdown this year, but you know.
So I mean, come on, those are If that's what you got as your top, I mean, people aren't wrong with some of that.
I mean, we were with them for 2 years. It wasn't.
What is he talking about? Who's Cam Ward? I don't know who Cam Ward is. I don't even know who Cam Ward is.
That was 2 years later. And Levis was a 2nd round pick. It's not like we wasted a 1st rounder on him.
Yeah. So come in here knowing what you're talking about.
That time, exactly. You know, we had to funnel all the people out. Now, no.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. See,
trust the process. Trust the process.
But no, I mean, I can't deny the John Robinson years were bad, man. I mean, we came on here and it freaking trashed him for that, man.
Yeah.
But you know, prior to that, and John Robinson actually had like a good first 2
or 3 years were fine, and then he just like fell off a cliff. The Isaiah Wilson,
so, like, I mean,
might be down to
Isaiah Wilson was like the. But yeah, I mean, we've never shied away from that, man. But like, I mean, hey, Titans have an AFC Championship, man. How many did the Browns have since 1999? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is this official? Or I know he's visiting, but did he sign? I hope not.
I know that he was out there to interview as OC.
Dude, we're on your team this year too. We're hoping that you win it, and you're just trying to trash us, man. Trying to trash us. We've been on your side. We're both rooting for the Rams to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm a Matt Stafford fan, man. I give credit where credit's due, man. I like Matt Stafford.
Now Raul thinks
been a fan of him since Georgia, man.
Yeah, I love Stafford.
And the only news I'm seeing on McDaniel right now is still that he's pulled out of the Browns head coaching search, so I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, just he's visiting? Brandon, you scared me. Yeah, nothing right now.
I hope that means that he's being serious about Tennessee because I mean it's only a day after. It's not even 24 hours after we got the news. We got the news late last night. It was like 11 o'clock, I think, or something like that already.
I was in bed.
But yeah, I've kind of forgot we were pausing on a video here, man. We can move along. Move to the next video.
This real quick. I'm just going to check Twitter because sometimes news hits there first before. Oh no, he is.
Hey.
Adam Schefter, former Dolphins head coach.
Son of a bitch.
He was expected to become a coordinator. Dang. Bearing a change of heart. Informed other teams that they're out. The Chargers clearly want him. The two sides are having dinner tonight. But the expectation across the league is that McDaniel will be staying in LA. Dang it. Why do you hope he's a bust? He's not even in your conference, let alone division. Give us something. Yeah, I see it, Brandon. Damn it. Well, Brian Daboll, come on. Or we can take Nathan's guy. We'll get Nathan Shieldhouse. However you say his name. He can come be our OC.
Houston was this year, and their defense, I feel like walking away from that game in New England, they have a good amount of question marks when it comes to C.J. Stroud and the quarterback. And do they bring Nick Caley back as the offensive coordinator, or does Stroud have another offensive coordinator to learn from? So they might have a chance to go in there and compete and see what it looks like, because who knows who the Colts quarterback will be this year.
I'm not a big fan of all gas, no brakes, because the brakes are there for a reason. All gas, no brakes means you're going to wreck.
Good joke,
eventually.
Brandon.
But you think about how the 49ers defense plays. I know, but you still need to know when to turn on the brakes. But when you look at how the 49ers defense plays, and they got a bunch of rough and tumble guys that will roll out of bed and run through a wall and injure themselves in the process and get up and keep going. And you look at what he did this year with the 49ers defense, despite all the injuries. No Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner. They just kept going. That mentality, I think, is going to suit the Titans well. The offensive coordinator hire will be critical. Mike McDaniel and Robert Saleh were together for 4 years in San Francisco. At one level, hey, they know each other. There's a familiarity. On the other level,
it's null and void. Now we can go on to the next video. Now they're talking about McDaniel. We've already found that news out. So, that's crazy, man. That news breaks right as we're recording, man.
I know.
That's crazy.
Live reaction to the heartbreak.
I think that's the first time we've had breaking news in the middle of a recording.
Mike,
like that, man.
Shout out Brandon for sharing that.
God, man, I ain't gonna lie. That's a gut punch a little bit. I was hoping that it pulled out, for the Titans. I thought that was awesome because it was right after we got our news. So, man,
there's still a lot of good names out there. So, Brian Daboll, Joe Brady, Nathan Shieldhouse. There's some good names out there. So I'm not gonna. Cliff Kingsbury's out there. We got some OCs that we could get still. So
absolutely
okay. Well, gut punches are my specialty. Appreciate it, Brandon. He punches right again. The damn Texans never fail.
Mine is the Russell Death Grip.
But this seems like a good stopping point.
Yeah, we can get some other videos next week, man. We've gone almost 45 minutes here.
Yeah, before we go, this is where our predictions for the divisional round. We both had the Bills.
Oh, yeah, let's do. Yeah, go ahead.
We both missed the Bills on that. 49ers Seahawks.
Whoa, real quick. Let's talk about that. I think Brandon Cooks had the catch, man. That's crazy to me.
It's close.
I think he had the catch. It's way too close to not review. What the heck are they doing, dude? Oh, my God.
It was way too close not to review, but I also think it was way too close that they weren't going to change the call either way. Like, they had called it a catch.
Maybe, but it looks like a catch. Dude, when you see especially when you see some screenshots and you see him down on the ground and you see, oh, my gosh, dude. Yeah, catch, man. I'm calling it. You heard it here. It was a freaking catch, man. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it, dude. I feel like they got robbed right there. They would have won the game. That would have been it.
Yeah, I'm really mad.
Unless you miss a field goal or something there, but that was.
Brandon said it was a catch too. If the receiver is down, when it's cut off of Rippy, yeah.
Exactly, man. And then people saying that he has to survive the ground. The ground didn't cause him to lose the ball. The defender did. He survived the ground technically. Yeah. It's over at that point when he's down.
If I was like, hey, what do you think? I think it was a catch too. but it was really
Can you
close. And I
imagine
don't
being
think
the
it was going to
Bills
get
right now,
changed.
dude? Can you imagine
I
being
hate it.
them right now?
It's the only
Oh,
game
God.
I've missed in all playoffs is the Bills.
Ooh, gosh, it was
Um,
crazy. What a game that was, man. Good grief. But anyway, yeah, we both missed the Bills game, but, there's an asterisk
49ers,
on that one.
Seahawks. I had the Seahawks. You had the 49ers. So
Yeah.
you missed that one. I hit the Seahawks. Texas Patriots. We both had the Patriots. We both hit that one. Rams versus Bears. We both had the Rams, and that was a fucking amazing game too. That throw by Caleb Williams at the end of the game was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
But to get to the games this weekend, since we're not going to be on later this week, since we went early because of the coach. First game is the
That's some
Patriots
big news breaks.
Broncos.
We might get on here for 10, 20 minutes if news breaks about the offensive coordinator or something.
Yeah, that's true. Patriots Broncos. Who you got?
I guess I got to go Patriots, man, with the loss of Bo Nix, man. And
Yeah.
Vrabel's got those boys got the hot hand right now, man. I think Drake May goes in there and takes these boys to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard. I mean, I think that offense is built to where Stidham could come in and like make some plays, but he's not going to be Bo Nix. And luckily, the strength of the Broncos is their pass rush and their defense, so maybe they can keep it close at least and have a shot. But I got the Patriots. Rams Seahawks.
Comes in as the backup there for Denver, by the way.
Jarrett Stidham.
Okay, because there's all kinds of crazy theories out there about Tom Brady coming back in.
I'm not even sure he can play.
Kaepernick, all the typical names.
Yeah, Drew Brees. But Jarrett Stidham's supposed to be playing.
Man, I'm picking with my heart more than this one, not because I'm a Rams fan. I like Matt Stafford. I've said that 100 times on here. I feel like he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, man. He's just tough as nails. Kind of always finds a way to get it done, even when you think he won't, dude. That's why I'm picking him, man. Like the Seahawks, I know are the better pick, but I'm going with my heart, man, and I'm going with Matt Stafford, Rams, Patriots, Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks are a better team. They're the hottest team in the league by far. They've been playing out the way they just put the dummies on every team they've played recently.
It's really who I should pick, but I love Stafford.
I agree. But I got the Rams too. I think the experience just outweighs it. I think Sean McVay, Matt Stafford, Devontae Adams, there's a lot of experience there.
Probably one of the best head coach and quarterback combos, man.
Yeah, for sure. So we agree on both of those. Patriots, Rams, Super Bowl. So we'll be back next week when it is a Seahawks, Broncos. We're both wrong. But on that point, we get to a final bite. You got a final bite for me?
Right. Yeah, man, dude. Just there's a lot of pessimism in the Titans fan base, man, and I can understand it to a degree. All the talk the last couple weeks has been Nagy, and I get it. I thought the same thing. Looked like that maybe was where it was going. But shout outs to Mike Bonds, man. He did the right thing, man, in my opinion. He did the right thing for this organization. He didn't take the easy route and just hired his buddy. And there's debate on whether it would have been a good hire or a bad hire, man. Some people were, less high on it than others. I wasn't really too high on it. But yeah, man, I just think that shows that Mike Borgonzi is dedicated to making this team the best he can and doing the things that are right for this football team. So shout out to him, man. I think he did the right thing.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where I was going. Just kind of trust the process. I think Borgonzi handled this really well. I think he wasn't out here just trying to hire his friend. I think he put a lot of feelers out, talked to a lot of people, and did the right way. So just trust the process and don't take what happened in New York as being the Bible. So
yeah, even with this break, I know a lot of people are going to be down now that McDaniel's gone to LA for the Chargers, but I mean, like you said, there's plenty of guys that are capable of
Dayball, Slowick,
doing a great job.
There's plenty of names.
Yeah,
don't worry.
absolutely.
They said in that article, they said he had an idea for his staff, his offensive staff, and a backup plan. So that tells me he's ready. He knows he has names that he's looking at. So trust the process. But
Yeah,
on that
absolutely,
note,
man.
make sure you hit the subscribe button if you hadn't here on Titans Table for 2. Shout out to CPN, the Curtis Podcast Network, for being our home base. Shout out to go check out Third and Teal for the Jags, Unstable for the Colts, that Real Texas Team podcast for the Texans, and check us out on that this AFC South show, which I will be on in like 30 minutes. We'll be live on that one as well, talking all things AFC South. Be good people, tighten up, and on that note, check please. This one's on
It's on
Sally.
Solid today.
Yeah, he just got a new contract. Tighten up. We're out.